Alrighty, y'all. It is what, Friday, April 4th. It's already almost 1 p.m. and I'm still in Bowling Green. I'm just finishing launching out classes. I gotta pick up a couple packages to take in my room still before I get going, but I've been really struggling to figure out where I want to go because I want to try to not night chase. And continuing with what I'm saying is why I'm struggling with trying to figure out what I want to do is because it's already past 1 now as of speaking. And in Arkansas, the cap just broke, at least given from the storms that are firing up right now. Even here in Bowling Green is trying to clear up right now because that warm front is pushing more north up into the Ohio Valley region, which is going to help allow for that clearing to happen. And now even in here in Bowling Green, the reason we're only under like a slight risk right now is uncertainty of the cap breaking today. But if that cap breaks, I think this risk zone will expand a good little bit. So I'm just gonna have to see what happens. Yes, I am sweating. The dew points are like 70 in the 70s right now. It is absolutely, it's just stupidly freaking, dying, dude. I have my AC running, but I have it on low because I'm talking now. But my plan, I think, is just to go west a little bit probably towards Hopkinsville again. I know my track history with Hopkinsville is like 0-1 right now, but that's because I made the stupid decisions to try to go after something that really didn't have much potential. Probably because the cap was in place still, but the last time, as I'm making this, I'm still trying to edit that darn video. Haven't really got much progress on it, but when I have to kind of see what happens, I really don't know what I want to do. I'm trying to acquire some things, but I'm really not getting much. But looks like even down south might be good, so I'm probably I might try to push western Arkansas, but I don't really know right now. Alright, so here's my plan. I'm either going to set up in Paducah, Kentucky, or Piggott, Arkansas. Either way, it's about 4-hour drive no matter what I do, so I'm going to give it probably another 5 minutes before I make a full commitment to where I want to go. Because right now it's really just, for me, it's a little tough to forecast of how I want to go about the day, where I want to stage up, because some models are agreeing that there might be some stuff that comes into the area, but how strong they are and how much of a cap there may or may not be, because like I'm just sitting in the parking lot in Western. It just almost went bluebird skies. What I mean, I'm starting to struggle with what I want to do, but agreement shows out west. We're just gonna have to see what SPC does with the 20Z outlook, and I'm just gonna go west and see what I can get for now, because again, it's a long drive. It's almost 1:30 now. That's when I'm gonna make my decision. I'm gonna make my decision about 5 minutes and leave. 1:25, 1:30. I'm gonna leave.
Alright, so this map is just the first drive of the day. Just a big overview of it. I made my way north on the 165, and then made my way west towards Highway 69, just west of Princeton, Kentucky.
Alright, we're kind of in decision time, because there's a cluster of cells coming right this way, but the west is looking kind of more sloppy-ish right now, multicellular type stuff, way farther west into Arkansas. We're not getting really much overmixing at all, but it's all multicellular and just interesting. Several stuff back in Texas, but what we're worried about is there's a couple of cells again. I'm just northwest of Hopkinsville. A couple cells coming to the northeast from Dresden, east of Union City, and near Murray. I'm seeing the storm somewhat back there. Kind of hard to tell. I know there's cells to my east that don't look half horrible as well, all the way back in Bowling Green, so I might have actually been able to stay in Bowling Green, not gonna lie. I still thought I went over to Nashville, but I think this might be like, this should give me like a good first chance. Though I'm just trying to wait and see what happens. Honestly, I may play the waiting game for about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes before I make a decision, and I'm probably gonna gas up as well before. I'm gonna gas up for sure before I keep moving on. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. Alright, so let me fill you in with these cells. These down near Murray, they're actually looking half decent right now. Lots of lightning. Echo tops are reaching about 44,000 feet, which is not terrible for a storm. So it looks like it's trying to get its act together. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because the road networking, when we get close to it, doesn't look the greatest, because Lake Barkley is a thing, and it's just, I would have to look at the road networking more, but it doesn't look great. So I might make a slight move towards Princeton or Eddyville, Kentucky. I don't know. I'm gonna try to show you these storms. So I don't know how well you can see these storms right now. I'm having to use my GoPro filming in glare. It's not the greatest, but this is the storm I'm looking at. I'm just northeast of Princeton, Kentucky right now, and the road networking again near Cadiz is not the greatest right now, but this storm looks like it's really getting its act together. So I might just make a slight move and just let it come to me and then make a decision from there. So I'm kind of lucky the storm fired up right here, and it's actually looking half decent right now. Again, echo tops are about are showing about 44,000 feet. Anyway, well, between 42 and 44,000 feet. Be quiet, upside. But I'm gonna get moving and try to get a little bit in front of this. Just kind of let it hit me, and then make my moves as needed. Alright, so I just gassed up and I am on my way to Princeton, Kentucky. Cells that I was looking at, I showed you. I don't know if it was a hyperlapse or not, so that might have been my bad if it was. Oh man. But the cells that fired up further south, and I'll try to take advantage of the distance. Princeton, Kentucky is only about 20-minute drive from me, so it's better than 2 more hours of driving like I originally planned for Arkansas. And I just gotta, and the reason I want to pounce on this is just because it's close, and it's actually looking like it's getting decent structure. As I said, the echo tops on it looked like they were about 42 to 44,000 feet. Oh yeah, you can see it off to my left. It's got really good cloud tops to it. Starting to show an anvil. You might be able to see it on the GoPro, I don't know for sure. Storm's looking pretty nice right now. So that is my reasoning why I'm going onto the storm and not continuing west or going south even more. Yeah, the cloud tops are already starting to reach all the way up here, and this thing is, yep, tornado watch just went out as I am speaking right now. But this cell literally only looks like it's all the way down to Murray, and the cloud tops are all the way up here near Princeton, Kentucky. It's actually kind of crazy that they're reaching this far up. Might have to start thinking about going. I'm gonna have to start thinking about going north soon, but Princeton should be a good middle ground for me. Low key, I might have been okay with being at the gas station, but it's not that far of a drive, so I'm going to go this distance because it's only 15 miles. It was only a 15-mile drive from here to Princeton, from where I was at to Princeton. So yeah, you should be able to see it now. My thing is zoomed in too much, so that's on me. I'm gonna put the zoom back out. Next time I'm gonna actually keep recording still, just because yeah, a lot of more notifications that keep coming in about tornado watch being issued. So they did go ahead and pull the trigger for the tornado watch there. I was wonder if they're gonna do it, and I was wondering if this cap was gonna break in time. It may not have. I mean, there's been really good clearing that's been happening out here. Over mixing doesn't seem too terribly much like an issue right now. Though one of the stations I saw at Murray showed what 80 degree temperatures, 72 degree dews, 82, 72 for temperature, the temperature of the dew points. So it's about a 10 degree difference. So there might be a little bit of mixing, but this storm is really starting to look mature right now. So I really do want to keep staying north on this. When I get a chance, so I'll probably be moving north not too long after. I'm just going to see if I can't angle myself for good shots for this for a little bit and then get north so I can stay out ahead of this. Well, there goes that bug. Rest in peace. F in the chat for that bug, but yeah, dude, that storm's looking gnarly. I know you guys can't see it because of where my GoPro's at, and I don't want to put it in front of me because that's obstructing my view a bit more for driving wise, but it's starting to look like a nice storm. So I'm going to keep pursuing it. Hopefully it holds together. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's maturing still. Perfect, dude. I don't know how well you can see on my phone, but the storms I was talking about earlier both went severe warning, and this one actually has a half decent hook on it. I want to go into the velocity. I don't know how well you can see it. It's got rotation on it, so I need to get moving. I need to go east, dude. If I want a good view on this, I'm gonna have to go east somehow. I'm trying to figure out exactly where. Let me loop this so I have a good idea. I'm so, dude, you could not have timed this any better. Looks like I need to go to the town of Gracie. Alright, so I'm going to the storm now. I'm gonna probably go closer towards Hopkinsville I'm gonna go towards Hopkinsville. This cell has a pretty decent hook on it on the reflectivity presentation. And it's looking better and better. The cell just to the west of it, I think, merged into this, which is why it's looking way more robust. And I'm really just trying to get my way there. We're about 15 minutes, we're about 20 minutes away from being in position. So 20-25 minutes from being in position. This thing could go tornado. This thing's probably gonna go tornado warrants real soon. So I'm really trying to get my way down there. I stopped. I had to use the bathroom to get myself another energy drink. Oh wow, lightning's already showing. Yeah, this thing's overstretching a good lot, which is why when I get to Hopkinsville, I want to stay on the east side of the storm, so I don't have to get screwed over by the core. I don't want to be core punching it, which is why I think going closer towards Hopkinsville might be better. Hopefully we'll see how the storm holds for the time being, but it looks like it's gonna hold for a good little bit. I'm probably gonna keep my recording going because I mean you can see it you can see the storm off to my right. It looks pretty decent. That wall of rain looks like it's a little bit out still, but it's coming up this way pretty quick. That's why I'm doing everything I can to get in front of this. Yeah, the storm's getting the zack together for sure, and I would not be surprised if I get a tornado warning soon.
There's a flooded road reported ahead.
Oh crap. I'm seeing people come through this still, so it looks like the water, I'm assuming the water receded. But this road had some pockets of it being flooded. Had some pockets that looked like they were flooded. Oh, it's completely flooded. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to figure something out. This is gonna be a challenge. Right there, too. I don't know what I want to do right now. It's dead end. What I can do is run down to 139. There's another road that takes me down 139. I'm gonna have to go back west, go down Rock Springs Road. Let's do that. Gosh dang, that really hurt us pretty bad. But I think we can work around it. Alright, quick update for you guys. The storm did go tornado warned. I need to figure something out fast. Hopkinsville is too close at this rate. So I gotta go back east, where I came from. It's not safe to go where I was wanting to go. So that's very unfortunate that that road was flooded, dude.
Turn left onto crossing 1187 Travis Road.
I'm not doing that. The storm's tornado warning. The core is like right here. So I need to make a different play. What I need to do is probably go towards Crofton. Dude, this storm is looking really nice.
Take
it looks
the
like
next
it's
left onto crossing 1187 Travis
Yeah,
Road.
no, I am not doing that. Shut up. Gosh dang it, dude. That put me so far behind. This still looks so good. Unfortunately, it is going straight for town, which is actually very concerning, though. We do have a tornado warned storm out in going for Hopkinsville. Rotation presentation is there on the reflectivity. I just gotta hope at this rate I can get in front of it, but we'll have to see how what this does. Is this road close too? Showing this road's close too. Freaking kid. Yeah, the bases looks like it's a little bit visible. It might be tucked back in rain still. I'm really just trying to get a good position. I don't know how much longer the state's gonna stay tornado warned for, but I don't really like doing kind of stuff like I'm really not comfortable trying to pull off on the side of the road, but I might have to just suck it up and have to do it. Alright, so I'm continuing to Hopkinsville. They did downgrade it to a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning with baseballs this day. I'm well in front of this. I didn't realize this was a whole nother cell trying to fire, so that's my bad on that. Area of interest is off to my right, which I'm not really trying to glance over. I'm really just trying to get ahead. I'm not that far from Hopkinsville right now. This other storm looks like it's trying to get its act together a little bit here. I mean, it's still new, but we'll have to kind of monitor that. See if I don't need to get in front of this. Hopkinsville storm still looks pretty decent. I don't know if it looks as impressive as it was before, at least on reflectivity. I'm not trying to pull up velocity right now because I'm driving right now. If I get to a straight, then maybe I can flip it over real quick, but I'd rather try to keep my eyes on the road a bit more than focus on radar. Yeah, severe warning just came up for me. I'm gonna continue moving in my direction I'm going. Looks like we're getting more cell initiation around this area still, so you got a good... Dude, I think I might have just gotten lucky with this area. I was like, I'm going towards Arkansas. Again, gas station stopped there, went to check. These stores started firing up.
In half a mile, turn right onto State Highway 1026.
Went to Walmart, grabbed a couple things, went to the bathroom. Next thing I know, severe warning. Next thing I know is tornado warning. Stupid flooded road screwed me over, so I would have been on this already if these roads weren't flooded. My light 360, I'm trying to drive. My turn's coming up here.
Take the next right onto State Highway 1026.
Is it right? Yep. Oh, nice. I can't see on my rear windshield now. My darn rear wiper doesn't work.
Continue on State Highway 1026 for 6 miles.
We got road closed. I don't see why, but I know it says road closed, but it was probably for previous flooding that was in this area. Yeah, it looks like there's no more flooding here. I'm gonna proceed with caution though. I think we're okay, but I'm still proceeding with caution. That looks like it might have been a previous flood zone. I don't know why they don't have it marked as open still, but yeah, that road might have been flooded earlier, but it's not flooded anymore. We'll pull it in here just for a hot
Turn
second.
left, then turn left.
I have plans of what I want to do, just in case. A lot of this is just flooded, dude. not looking as organized. Still got some rotation, but I might have to start playing some other cells. We did make the right call, which is really good to know. I'm just struggling to orient myself because I don't have a compass on me. I should carry a compass on me, bro. Seriously.
So what I was meaning by this is I didn't know what direction I was facing, nor did I know where the store was at. Google Maps was being very weird with where I was quote unquote looking at, where my phone was being pointed to. It was not cooperating with me at all, so I was really struggling to figure out where it was at, and I eventually started downloading a compass app just to try to figure out where the heck I was even looking at. But once I figured out my orientation, this is what I saw.
Alright, so I am on the Hopkinsville Storm. You can see back off in the distance where this rotation's at. You can still see the thing rotating. I was kind of thrown off of my orientation a little bit. Took another glance, was able to get a better visual, but you can see back off in the distance that lowering back there. This darn hill. You can see the base back there. It's not, again, they dropped the tornado warning on it, but with the tornado warning possible, this thing looks like it's still rotating. Looks decent still, so I still think it'd be worth to make moves on. Yeah, there's the base. Still got a decent base on it. Again, this thing did get tornado warned, and it was going towards the area of Hopkinsville. It's gonna pass just in my northwest, it seems. I'm gonna keep watching this, but I don't know if I'm gonna move east or if I'm gonna keep moving north on this. Let me just show you the structure, guys. Like, seriously, this is just insane, dude. I know the Supercell's not as strong as it was before. Rotation's not nearly as prominent, but dude, look at this structure. It still looks pretty good. Dude, this is actually a really good structure. And good news is it doesn't look like it's going towards any major towns, which is really nice to know. Though there are a good handful of smaller towns around this area.
So just a little bit of a time lapse here of this cell that was still rotating. Kind of looked like it was starting to get his act back together. But man, second chase ever, and I got really lucky with this cell. And you'll also notice me talking in the background, probably more to myself. I can't really remember since this was a month ago, as of editing this. And here's a couple photos that I took on my phone. Eventually, it was time to make a move. I decided to go back the route I just came from, considering it was moving right up in that direction. I found an area that would seem good enough for me to sit at and kind of just see how the storm continues to go on. I didn't know how much longer that storm was going to be around, so I wanted to try to get ahead of it just to kind of see what it did. But eventually I ended up pointing to a church building, and once I did, that storm was pretty much gone. And at that point, it was decision time to what I wanted to do. There was more storms starting to fire up. I took a good look at radar and made my decision.
Alright, we're making my way to Madisonville. I don't know why I said Centerville. I meant to say Central City. I don't know what I was thinking. As I said before, these stores may not go up, but I want to get ahead of them just in case they do. So that's why I'm going towards Madisonville and hoping for the best right now. Sun has come back out, so we might get some more instability going. But so far today, I've played the cards as best as I could. As I said, I think I've said this before. very satisfied with the results. And despite the conditions we had to kind of deal with, again with the flooded road, kind of screwed me over big time. But you know, and again, we made do with what we got, with what we had. And I think that was a W, in my opinion. W enough. Oh my gosh, that structure was so nice. I have never seen anything like that before. I mean, sure, in Ohio you do get a good amount of storms, but I'm limited. I normally was limited with where I would go, with what I could do, because I'm stuck at home. Now that I have a little bit of freedom, I can just A, not try to not be stupid, and B, be able to get these good visuals of storms. So I think I'm making the best calls I can today, and I think they're working out in my favor. So I think today has been a success. It's now 5 o'clock. We probably have about another hour of light left before I inevitably have to go back to campus for the night. So ooh, taking a turn a little hot here.
Continue on Kentucky 800 East for 7 miles.
But this new storm took that turn a little hot there, but this new storm behind me is already looking like it's getting a little bit of a base going on already. So that's saying something. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's gonna hold well. I don't know. There's a nice little storm in front of me, but I keep saying I don't know if it's gonna hold because I really don't, considering it's going right through where another storm just went. The storm that I was trying to chase, that I got on. Again, going towards Massaville, but I might try to find a couple spots to kind of just stop and monitor.
So one of my stops was Nortonville, Kentucky, where I would just kind of monitor the storm and see what would happen.
Alright, so now I'm leaving the town of Nortonville. I was just sitting here waiting to see if anything would happen. The one storm I was talking about earlier that looked like it was dying off, actually looks like it had a merger, so it might have another chance. So I'm going towards White Plains, Kentucky. It's about 5 minutes away. It's not that far, because this thing is starting to veer off to the east a little bit. So, oh wait, hold up, never mind. It's not 5 minutes. It's gonna be a lot longer than 5 minutes. This road's flooded.
Continue on State Highway 2644 for 1.5 miles.
I'm not gonna cross that barrier since they have that shut off, and it looks like it might be something water-wise on that road, so I'm not gonna deal with that. They have that just completely shut off, so I'm not gonna try. I'll just go around it. So it adds another 5 minutes, but I guess, I mean, it's not really a big issue since it's not far at all. So I'm not worried about it. I might top up my tank one more time just so I can scrub the windshield down. But otherwise, that's where we're going to be going now. We'll just see how this storm develops. If it starts developing a little bit better, then we'll probably just wait for it, honestly. It's coming my way.
So I eventually get into town, and poor silly me had to make a wrong turn. Had to backtrack back towards the town. Tried to get gas, but my card, for some reason, just wouldn't work at those pumps. And then I decided, you know what, I need to keep moving ahead and get in front of the storm as best as I can. So eventually, that's what I did. But of course, we had to have like one of the biggest rainfalls in the longest time ever. And that would once again hinder my progress.
Alright guys, so I'm moving towards Central City now in Kentucky. This storm is still looking like it's getting more and more impressive, but it keeps going a bit more east, so I'm gonna try to get up ahead of it. So I'm just gonna keep moving east and see what the storm does, because it looks like it's getting better and better on radar presentation. I just don't know how much more it's gonna keep going up. Alright guys, I think our road's flooded, so we'll probably have to go around. I'm gonna see if I can't find a road. Yeah, no, we gotta turn around. There's a road right here I could take. I don't know if this will be any use. They got police and EMS blocking off that road.
Church Road for 1.5 miles.
Another unfortunate happened there. I don't know if this road's gonna take me anywhere helpful, but just gonna have to see. Man, that sucks, dude. We'll figure something out, guys. Alright, guys, I gotta figure something out now since I know now that the road's blocked. I'm probably gonna have to jump on the highway, which is gonna add a good little bit of time to my rerouting. This is a whole mile.
Needless to say, this road was a little bit more of a hindrance than a help. I would have just been better just turning straight back around on that same road, and I would have probably have saved a good couple minutes on my time. Because now, not only this, I was rerouting myself another mile that I didn't have to take, and two, I had to go around the flooded road again because it was the only way in and out of that town through to get to the highway from where I wanted to be at. So very frustrating. And again, this is just all hindsight at this rate. I should have turned around. I shouldn't have gone up that road.
Alright, we have a special weather statement that's been issued. So we're gonna so the storm looks like it's starting to get its act together. Oh, I don't know if you can see this in front of me, but yeah, that road is 100% flooded out. Oh, it's not this road. Is it this other? Can I get to this other road, or am I just gonna have to turn around? Can I get to this other road? No, it's flooded. Fudge, dude. Nope. Yes, no, maybe. Nope. Turn around. Oh, the road is right there, dude. It is underwater. Frick you, geese. I see you swimming in there. Dude, this was a huge dent in my time. That just sucks.
Continue on US 62 East for 3
Well, guys, I'm gonna keep trying to keep up on it, but it might have just gotten away from me because, dude, that's just, oh my gosh. It's so annoying. I think the storm might have just gotten away from me. So I have to reroute all the way around flooded road. Of course, the road was shut off, and there's EMS there. There's law enforcement right there. So I don't know if someone drove through that. There's water that was there, or what. There's an accident. I don't know. But that just completely screwed everything. I don't know if I can get back up to this. Google Maps has been giving me issues now too for some reason. I don't know what was going on. It's like the app, it's like Google Maps completely broke for me, so thank you, Waze. So we'll just have to, I'm about at the road, so I'm gonna try to get myself rerouted as best as I can. It's gonna be a close race with this thing. I don't know if I can make it, guys. I'll be honest. There's another nice looking storm starting to develop down south, so I might stop and reevaluate my situation right now. Alright, so this is the storm off to my right. I don't know if it's looking as good as it was like even 5 minutes ago. I've noticed, as you noticed, there is a shelf cloud on this thing. I turned around and then went back. But I added like another 10 minutes to this, and that kind of just might have screwed me over. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna probably go north on this thing, see if it continues to look good or not. It's starting to get rain now too. Man, I don't think we're gonna beat this, guys. No, definitely aren't. We gotta get lucky here. If I'm gonna be honest, the cell's not looking as impressive as it was before anyways, so oh well. I think we tried. We're probably gonna give one more solid chance. It's 6:30. We're gonna lose light here in about 40 minutes or so. So I think we give one more storm a try. We can probably see what we can do. I don't know if this thing's gonna do much more though in terms of strength. No, I should be able to just get out ahead of it and make a quick decision as to whether or not I go for something else for the final play of the night, or if I keep up with this. You can see the cell in front of me. I don't know if it's gonna do much. I really don't know. Alright, so this storm is kind of getting, whoa, a little excited again. Ugh, I'm struggling to speak English, but this storm's wanting to get going again. So I'm gonna try to keep up on this. It's really been throwing out a good bit of lightning once again. It really wasn't throwing out lightning for a while. Now it's starting to throw lightning again. So I'm going up north about 20 minutes. Oh, nice one, cop. Nice one, buddy. Got about a 20-minute drive north. See if I can't keep up with this thing. Red lights are gonna help though. I'm just trying to move as north-northeast with this thing. Try to stay ahead of it. See what we can do. This is my last couple of plays of the night. It's almost 7. So I'm gonna be losing light real soon. So I'm just gonna see what I can get out of this.
So I continue my way north to another town that I cannot remember the name of, and I decided to just find a place to stop it, just kind of see what the storm does and kind of just watch it as well. At this rate, I shifted my focus more for lightning and structure, and then it'll solely end up being lightning at the end. Ultimately, the storm would start splitting itself apart, and it continued to get later and later into the day. And at this rate, it's about time to reevaluate one more time just to see what I wanted to do. But first, a little bit of a time lapse.
Alright, I don't know how well you can see this. Oops. Let me turn the brightness down. That should be a bit better. But these were the cells I was going after. You see how this cell like picked up a little bit? Like it tried to get going again. Then it's kind of just not. At this rate, I think it's crossed the boundary, and I think we're done for the night. Zoom out, see if there's like any other cells trying to fire. No. I think we're done for the night. I definitely think that was a successful chase. Daytime wise for Kentucky, I think this was the only tornado warning we had. This area with an actual good rotating storm. Got a little interesting as it came towards Hopkinsville with the rotation. That rotation probably looks way more decent than when I saw it. But dude, that was an incredible structure. I'm not mad about today. I don't call this a complete bust at all. I think it was successful for my second ever chase. And I definitely played my cards out way better than I did last time. And I played a good bit more safer than I did last time. So, all in all, this was a big success for me, personally. I know there's a lot more stuff out west, but I was not going to make that in time. I'm so glad I got this Hopkinsville storm, the storm near Hopkinsville. Again, it got a little interesting as it came close to Hopkinsville, but I think we're gonna go back to my dorm room now. I got a couple things I need to wrap up, laundry to do, and I need to get dinner anyway, so that'll be it for this chase. I'll probably do a final briefing for the day, and that'll be pretty much it. We'll do a check-in if I need to. You know what? This thing's starting to really feel lightning again. I'm gonna give it one more shot. See if it can't continue on. I am gonna go towards Owensboro, and this is my last hoorah for the night. It's starting to get dark, but I'll see what I can do. This is my last chance for anything. The storm's still looking pretty decent, and so is the storm adjacent to it. I'm wondering if we're going to get a murder situation happening. So I'm kind of just keeping an eye on that. Again, I'm just giving it one more shot. We're about 30 minutes out from Owensboro. I can always stop earlier at another town if I come across another town. Find a half-decent spot. Alrighty guys, Arby's for the night. I'm gonna eat my dinner. Again, I'm gonna do a final briefing once I get back. Hopefully I can find a rest stop soon, because I'm gonna have to use the restroom sooner than later. Haven't gone yet, at least for this chase. Still got a little bit of lightning going on still with that storm, but that storm's too far north of the boundary, so I don't really care in this night, so. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner and do a final briefing once I get to my dorm room. Alrighty guys, I finally made it back to my dorm room. I am a little tired, but I'm still able to keep going for the night. So today though was pretty darn good. For daytime wise for Kentucky, I believe the cell I was on was the only one that was tornado warned within the state before nightfall. So hey, I made the right call on that. I saw that go severe warning, and it looked like it had some rotation on radar, so I was like, let's give it a shot. Next thing I know, it's tornado warned, but of course the one road I was going to go down was completely flooded, so I had to reroute like another 10 minutes around that. 10-15 minutes. I got onto it when it was downgraded to a severe warning with a tornado possible tag on it. And I learned I need to better orient myself. So that's one thing I learned today, is I need to have better a better way to orient myself. So what I did was install a compass app on my phone. Google Maps was just being difficult with me, and so I'd rather have a system that have something that would kind of help me a little bit, try to get an idea of where I need to be looking, especially if I'm like a little confused for some odd reason, because I get disoriented from where I'm looking at. So taking the right steps. Today definitely went better than I expected. So we'll see what the next chase brings me, and maybe next time we actually see a brief tornado that doesn't hit any structures, doesn't threaten the lives of anybody. Because that cell was a little concerning as it did get towards Hopkinsville, or near Hopkinsville. There's a good amount of homes in the outside of town. As you saw at the Dollar General, you'll probably see it in like the other J's, but there's quite a bit of buildings around the area, and you'll see here as well that there's quite a lot of houses around this area, small little churches, etc. So that was a little concerning, but it was dying off. I don't think it was really trying to get its ass back together after it really started dying off. Maybe a little bit for a very short period of time, and then it really just fell apart. And at that rate, I was just kind of hoping for maybe one more storm to go up, but we didn't get another storm. Now we had this line of storms coming in.
Alright, so after a little bit of digging and a month later, I did find out that it was the only tornado warned cell in the entire state of Kentucky that entire day, so that just made that chase a little bit more better, especially when I did that little bit of digging to figure out if it was in fact the only tornado warning in the entire state of Kentucky that entire day. So hey, I'll take it. And that line that came in, it did absolutely nothing, minus just some rain and lightning, but that's about it. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Take care.